What up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Run Your Race with my boy, AJ Richardson. And today, we got a very special guest here. We got a 10-year NBA vet. We got the GM of OTE, Damien Wilkins. And as you guys know, we are sponsored by DraftKings. So y'all go to DraftKings right now, download the app, and use promo code RACE. Now let's get to the episode. What up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Run Your Race with my boy, AJ Richardson, who is not here today. He's here, but he's working. But we all working. We got a very special guest here today. I'm going ahead and put it out there. He went to a school down the street that I don't like that much, but it's all good because he went to another school after that, and we respect that. But we got 12-year pro. We got OT general manager. Listen, he changed the landscape of high school basketball. Well, part of it for sure. But they got some great players out there. Shout out to my boy Jasper Johnson. Got snubbed in the All-Star game, McDonald's All-Star game. We hear you. We respect you, and we know you can shoot that ball. But, people, we got Damien Wilkins. What up?
What's up, man? What's up? What's up?
You good?
I got locked in on the intro.
I appreciate it. Come on, bro. That's off the cuff. That was off the dome. Nah, man, I appreciate you coming on here. I'm very excited to hear your story, your journey. I think it's something that we talked about before the cameras were on, the transition process, the transition of getting to the next phase of life. And you have done it at a high level. You're doing it, not done it, doing it at a high level. And I think it's good for people to hear where you were in your basketball career and what you did and how you got there to now, because people need to hear this. Not even just kids, not even just parents. Guys that are playing right now need to know how they can transition from playing to this next level. Yeah. So I think you have a very unique story that I think the world needs to hear about. So we're gonna make sure they hear it here on Run Your Race. The best pod out there. I'm telling you that right now. But let's get right into it. D, where you from and how'd you get started playing basketball?
I was born in a small town called Washington, North Carolina.
Okay.
And I moved from there when I was like 1 year old to Atlanta. I was living with my dad.
Okay.
You know, my dad's mom, my grandmother, God rest her soul. And, you know, my dad and my uncle, they were playing at the time professional basketball. Mm-hmm. And honestly, like I never really told myself growing up that I was going to play basketball. I didn't, because when I played, like, sound crazy, but like it came easy to me. Yeah. Like playing the game wasn't that difficult. And I kept hearing people talk about like, man, I mean,
when your uncle's Dominique Wilkins and your dad plays in the NBA, I think it would come
like it just it came natural.
Yeah.
Like
for
so
sure.
I was just like, I don't know if I want to do like this doesn't feel like a plan for me. It's too natural. It's too, you know, and I think for me, I didn't know what else that was out there that I was gonna do.
For sure.
Because nothing else was speaking to my heart.
For sure.
So obviously it became basketball, and I fell in love with the game at a very, very early age. I used to love watching my dad's process. When I was living with him, I used to love watching him go work out and train in the off season. I used to love going to, when he was playing for Cleveland Cavaliers, one of my favorite players to watch was Mark Price. And I was a kid growing up, and I'm watching this white point guard be the best player in the gym. And I'm like, yo, who is this dude?
Controlling everything.
Yeah, like this guy, I mean, he was just so good to me. And that that made me fall in love with the point guard position. Yeah. Like watching him. And then I just started working out with my dad a lot. And one day he asked me, he's like, son, you want to be a pro? And I was like, what's a pro?
What I'm doing.
Yeah, he was like, me. Like, what, do you want to play in the NBA? Do you want this life? And I was like, yeah. Like, this seems cool. I mean, you know, this, He was like, all right, well, let's get to work. And I started working out with him. And I think that is what carved my work ethic. You know, it helped me develop a work ethic. It helped me develop an appreciation for getting better.
You had the cheat sheet.
I had all the answers.
You had all the answers right there.
And, you know, he was an underdog, you know, growing up. So I think his attitude, that chip on his shoulder, pushed him every day. And then I saw that. Yeah. So that's kind of what I became. And, you know, the game everything else kind of is, as they say, history.
There's no other sport that you tried?
I tried football, but I got hit once on the first play that I played, and I walked off the field.
That's a consensus. Yeah. That happens to all of us. I tried football. My last play, I got knocked upside the head. My helmet was up here. I said, I'm done. I walked off the field with my mama. I said, I'm not playing this game ever again.
Yeah, I walked right off the field. I did baseball. Baseball was fun. I like baseball, but I just couldn't relate to any of my teammates.
Got you.
I didn't know them. I just couldn't find a team that I could play on that like I was cool with the guys.
Yeah.
You know, they were like, baseball dudes are different.
Yeah.
Like
they tick differently.
Yeah.
They definitely tick differently.
But yeah, basketball was like my first and true only love, like in terms of sports.
So was it your dad's process that got you to love it? Or what changed for you in that time span where you were just like, this is too easy?
I fell in love with the work.
You fell in love with the work. I fell in love with
the process of getting better every day. Like to me, that was the most challenging thing because we're playing.
Yeah.
Like that was the thing that became more natural. But I fell in love with the process of getting better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I used to enjoy off season.
Yeah.
I used to enjoy being in the gym. And even now, like I think I probably took my first real vacation probably 3 years ago. 4 years ago,
really?
Like real vacation. Because to me in the off season, I used to work out and go to the gym all day long. And I always felt like if I wasn't on anyone's clock, then I'm on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Like during that off season time, I was always on my own clock.
Yeah.
And that to me was my vacation. But I was just being productive during that time.
For sure.
Right? Like I never spent the summers going on different trips every day or every weekend or taking all my homeboys and we flying to Puerto Rico and all of that stuff. Like I never did that. I was in the gym. Like, cause I just felt like this is what I was supposed to do. Like I was just bred that way.
Yeah. No, that's elite. I mean, coming from somebody, what is the challenge of, because you got to understand your dad's in the league, right? You can get complacent. You can feel like you can get handed things because your dad's in the league. How do you, I mean, I guess you explained it already. Your dad was automatically, he worked for everything.
Yeah.
Where did that come from in his world, from his side that instilled in him?
You know, it's funny. That's a really good question. And it's funny because I think for him, he wanted everything that my uncle was getting.
Got you.
So there was a quiet competition going on between the two of them, more so with my dad. Like my uncle, he wasn't competing because you let Nick tell you, like I'm better than you. Like I'm not.
I'm already him.
Yeah, like I'm him. I don't need to. Like you.
Yeah.
You know, he was competing with Mike, Magic, and all. Yeah,
he trying to go get them.
Yeah. My dad was competing with Nick because you know he wanted to be the guy in the family too. That like, look, I'm good too.
Yeah.
You know, and me, I'm competing with both of them. So I'm like, no, I don't want to walk in the gym as a high school athlete or as a pro or college athlete or as a professional. And you guys refer to me as Damien Wilkins' nephew, Joe Wilkins' son. Like, I'm carving out my own name. It even got so bad to the point, like, I wouldn't even wear the number. I changed my number. Yeah. Like, our whole family wears 21. My son now wears 21. My cousin Jake now wears 21.
Yeah.
Neek's son.
Yep.
But I didn't even wear the number for a while.
Because I was just trying to do your own.
I just wanted to be my
man
own.
Wanted to run his own race.
Yeah, you get it.
Yeah.
So that's where that competitiveness came from and that fire came from and that chip on my shoulder came from because I got tired of hearing, oh, that's Gerald's son, that's Dominic. No, I'm Damien. Like, I need y'all to respect that.
Yeah, for sure. Would you say, and like I asked you before, think about something that was something you needed to get past, or I wouldn't even say it's a low light because it's a blessing to have with those two being in your life and having that cheat code. But would that be something you struggle with as far as like you wanted to prove, like you said, you wanted to prove your own way? And was that something that you just like, how do I get because it's not. It's just how it is.
Yeah, like you're never gonna escape.
You're never gonna escape that. So how did you overcome that? Because like I said, Bronny, he will never escape being LeBron James' son.
Yeah. I think, and you can understand this, when you're playing unfiltered basketball is what I like to call it. So like you go home in the summer to your respective neighborhoods and cities and all of that. And you know how you play in those gyms?
Completely different.
Versus how you play when you're on an NBA team.
Yeah.
That is probably how it happened. Yeah. Because I used to go in the summers, I used to play everywhere in Atlanta. Like we had places like St. Philip's, the church that we play at, or Run and Shoot, places like that from back in the day when we used to go there and play. I used to be killing. Yeah. So it was like, everybody was like, dang, I didn't know you had that. Like, yeah, because what I have to do here is like, I got to feed my family. So I'm doing what I'm told. I'm playing the role that I'm told. But like, my gosh. I can do these things.
Listen, bro.
Like, look at you. You already, you get it.
That's one thing that, you know, people say this all the time. Everyone says the 15th man on the team and will bust anybody ass that you can think of, because people don't understand. Listen, we got to do what we got to do to get paid. And we got to fulfill a role for a team. Everybody can't be
the man.
Everybody can't be Trae Young. Everybody can't be Cade Cunningham. Like, you have to find a way to get on the court, and you have to find a way for your value for you to be valued on that team. And it's crazy because you have the advantage. You learn that at a young age, right? Did you play with a lot of good players when you were coming up?
In high school?
Yeah.
I did. I played for great coaches too.
Gotcha.
You know, my
That's
first,
huge.
like in high school, having a really good coach. Like I coached, my coach was Stu Vetter.
Okay.
You know, from Coach Montrose Christian, he coached Kevin Durant, Gravis Vasquez, Nate James, Jason Capel, you know, Sheiky Lee, Dennis Scott. Yeah. Like, those are the guys that he coached to national championships.
Yep.
So like, that was my coach coming up, and like, he made me more than anything like a monster, because he saw stuff in me that I ain't even really know that I had in myself. Like, he was the one that convinced me, honestly, that like I could be a pro. Yeah. It wasn't until I got to him that it made me start thinking. That was like my junior year in high school.
Really?
Like, and I was like, throughout that, from my freshman year to my sophomore year, I was still good. Like, I was still playing well. But when I got to him, he made me. My first game when I got to him was against Tracy McGrady. Like, I was a junior.
Welcome.
Yeah, right. I was a sophomore. Tracy McGrady was a senior, and like, it was widely known that he was the best player in high school basketball. He was going to the NBA after this. First game that I get to that prep school with Stu Vetter, we playing Tracy McGrady and them, and I'm just lining up on the circle, starting the starters out there, and I'm looking over, I'm like, man, that's T-Mac.
Yeah,
like,
you got to put up or shut up.
Like, boy.
Yeah, you better come with it.
I guess we here now.
Try to kill you. Yeah.
But he made me realize that, like, you can be a pro if you really want to be a pro. So he taught me something outside of what my dad was teaching me about discipline in the work too, right? Like, every day. It's not like just the summer. Yeah. This is an everyday process. And these are the things that you have to hone in and work on. And I'm so deeply appreciative of him for that.
That's big time. Before we get into high school, I want you to talk about being an NBA son. How's that dynamic?
I actually see how it is now more so than I see how it is when I was really in it.
Yeah.
Because my son. Yeah. Watching my son at OTE, Jaden, it's so many similarities that I draw from our dynamic that I'm like, man, I remember when I used to feel like how he feels right now. Like, I remember that. Oh, man, I used to remember how my dad would say something to me and I would look at him the way Jaden just looked at me. Yes. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it all comes back to me. But growing up, I honestly didn't think too much of it. Like, I didn't intentionally carry myself like I had, oh, my dad is this or my uncle is that. Like, I was still in competitive mode with them. Yeah. I wanted to be the man too. Yep. So I wanted to be better. So for me, it wasn't really a thing that I looked at as like,
or paid attention to.
Yeah, I didn't pay attention to it like that. I was just talking earlier about how I didn't even go to a lot of the games. Like, growing up, I didn't go to a lot of NBA games like that. Like, I was like, where I grew up, you know, people don't even know. Like, my mom and my dad were separated. So my mom lived in the projects. Like that's where I grew up. Like that NBA life didn't mean much to me at that.
Really?
I couldn't see it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, but my mom is here.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm trying to get her.
Yeah,
get her
I hear what y'all saying over here, but my mother, this is my mom, bro. Yeah. Like, she's here. Like, I'm with her. So I didn't look at it like, it didn't feel like an NBA life. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't feel like that. So that was before I understood the dynamics of parenthood.
For sure.
Right?
For sure.
But it never felt that way to me.
Man, that's big time. I mean, I couldn't even imagine. The fact that you just said you didn't even go to the games. And you like, that's the competitive nature of all three of y'all. Yeah. Damn it. Well, shit, Dominique, like, y'all chasing me. You know what I'm saying? But that's the competitive nature of family, though. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? As your brother, you trying to be better than him, and you trying to be better than your dad. Exactly. Like, that's how it goes. And I have a son now. He's 3 months, literally today. Congrats. So I'm just hearing what you said is things that I'm going to take to myself, because I'm like, some kids might not want their dad to coach them. You know what I'm saying? Some kids might want them to just, hey, can you just be my dad? And that's okay. And you have to be okay with that. That's a dope experience. So high school, when was your first, do you remember your first letter or offer?
I can't even remember that. I don't remember my first letter or offer, but what I do remember is the person who recruited me the hardest.
Who's that?
And I ain't even go there.
You're going to be mad as hell watching this one.
Bobby Crimmins at Georgia Tech recruited me harder than any coach that recruited me. There was a lot of coaches that recruited me, but Bobby Crimmins recruited me. Bobby Crimmins will show up at my high school like randomly.
All the time.
Like, I'll be in class and like look out the door and you just see this silver gray dude like just looking in the window, and I'll just be like, yo, that's Coach Crimmins. Yeah.
What are you doing here, bro?
Like, he recruited me like probably, I mean, and he actually became like one of the best guys that I've ever known.
Really?
But I just couldn't go to Tech. It just wasn't
too close.
It wasn't that it was too close. It didn't feel right.
Yeah.
It just didn't feel right. I went on a visit. I actually went on a visit with Joe Forte.
Did you?
He and I went on a visit together.
Okay.
He was like, if you come here, I'll come here. And I was like, I'm not.
Well, you ain't coming here because I'm
not ready to say that yet. Yeah. In fact,
I won't be going.
But he recruited me harder than any coach in the country, bro.
So your schools were, what was your top 5?
My top 5 was Tech, Florida, North Carolina, NC State, UConn. You
had North Carolina and you didn't go there, but you went to NC State.
Well, Jason Capel was there.
No. Those are excuses. What you had NC State.
You know, you Tar Heel dudes, like, what do they give y'all when y'all get on campus, bro? Like, y'all become
look. You Tar Heel dudes.
You Tar Heel dudes. Like, y'all really, like, it's like a cult. I've never seen
crazy. It's not. It's a family. It's a family.
No.
That
Tomatoes.
No facts. No count. We bleed blue, bro. You bleed red? No, you don't. So I don't even know why you call us Tar Heel guys, man. Because you went to the Final Four last year, didn't you? When they even went to the Final Four. You don't even.
They went to the Final Four. I've graduated from the University of Georgia.
You're a Georgia guy.
Yeah, so I'm a bull. I mean, I was rooting for him.
Yeah.
I was rooting for him, but I'm a Bulldog through and through.
I love that. You great decision. Great.
You only say that. That's what a Tar Heel do to say. See?
Exactly.
Yeah, like I went to NC State first with Coach Sendek. Sean Miller, the assistant coach at the time, was really good at like recruiting.
Elite. He's an elite recruiter.
Elite.
He's an elite recruiter.
He got me on campus, and it just, things just didn't work out at NC State. Like I didn't like the play style. I didn't feel like we were really going anywhere, and I didn't feel like I was getting better.
That makes a difference.
I feel like I was going backwards a little bit.
That makes a difference.
They tried to put a lot of weight on me. I was playing out of position. And then, I transferred, went to Georgia. I went on a visit to Georgia. I was supposed to go. It's funny because I was supposed to go on like 4 other visits after that. I got to Coach Harry. He would not let me leave.
All right. Hey, listen, Athens won't let you leave either.
Man.
Been there before. Before we get to that, I want to ask you about this. What was something, should I go McDonald's or what was something that you looked for in a college that you would want someone to focus on nowadays? That you think kids should focus on nowadays?
I think the biggest thing right now, because the landscape has changed.
That's what I was going to say too. The landscape has
changed a whole lot, tremendously.
Yeah.
But the focus should be the same.
Exactly.
And that's the opportunity, the minutes.
Yep.
I think too often guys nowadays, they're focusing on how much money they can get in college. And it's like, you're thinking small-minded. You're thinking short-term. That money that you're going to get in college, and I was just having this conversation, it's not life-changing.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to make the money that you make in college. Now, if AJ.
Yeah.
Based on what we're hearing, I don't even know if he's getting what that is, but he may be.
Mm-hmm.
But he can change your life.
Yes. Yes.
You know what I mean? But
but there's not, half of y'all ain't AJs.
A lot of them.
Not half. There's 1% of y'all.
Yeah.
That are AJs.
Ain't but 1, ain't but 10.
Yes.
If
that.
But I think guys focus too much on that nowadays as opposed to focus on, like I tell my son and I tell our guys at OTE, like when you're picking a school, pick the school that's going to give you the most minutes and the most opportunity and help you develop your game the fastest. Unless you just want to stay in college forever. But none of you guys talk like you want to stay in college forever. I haven't heard a guy mention a college degree in almost 6 years. Like,
no cap.
Yeah, I haven't heard a guy say that. I haven't heard anyone say, I can't wait to get to college. I'm going to graduate from college.
Yeah,
like,
nobody says that shit. Even when I went, I didn't say that.
Yeah, like that is so, and that's been even longer.
And that's
so
even longer.
Yeah, so I don't hear no one say that. So if you're not thinking about that, then you must be thinking about I'm trying to get here so I can go.
Yeah,
which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
So why not go to the places that will give you the best chance to do that? Right? Like for me, if I'm in college right now, if I'm about to go to college right now, I'm gonna sit down with my coach. The first thing they're gonna put on the table is NIL because that's what is getting people.
Sound like y'all care about.
Right. I'm going to say, forget the NIL for now. How many minutes am I going to play?
Yep.
How many minutes you see me playing? That answer right there is going to tell me whether or not I even want your NIL.
Yep.
Right? Like, I'll take way less NIL money for minutes because this money right here is just getting me through college.
The schools that change to a pro system now will benefit more, in my opinion. Because at the end of the day, all these kids want to get better to get where? To the NBA.
That's it.
Right? Know that. Have that in place and make sure the money look right.
Start with your development.
Start with development.
Go through and revamp your coaching. Like, I ain't saying fire coaches or whatever, but like bring on player development staff.
Gotta have
because you have to sell the development at some point. Right? Like, I think the beautiful thing we do at OTE is focus so much on development.
Yeah.
Focus more so on player development than anything. Now, of course, we have kids that may come in and they want to talk about NIL and what they're going to get here and what they're going to get there. But like my conversation with them is always about player development. This is how much better you're going to get and you're going to get better faster here than you would anywhere else.
And that's what I've heard about OTE, which is elite, because you don't get that in high school.
No.
You can't. You know what I'm saying?
You're sharing a gym with the wrestling team. You're sharing a gym with
cheerleaders. Exactly. Like you got to wait on the girls' team to get done playing with their practice, stuff like that. Like that takes y'all to another level because you're able to be a pro right now, and then it gives you a head start going into college. If you really say what they all say they want to do, you're gonna take the advantage of having the gym whenever the hell you want.
Whenever you want it.
Like,
it's March, and the big one-and-done tournament is here. And we got you because DraftKings is the official sponsor of Run Your Race. No matter if you're betting on the NBA or the big tournament, DraftKings always got you. because new customers who bet as little as $5 get $150 in bonus bets instantly. All you got to do is go to DraftKings right now, download the app, and use promo code RACE. And I repeat, go to DraftKings right now, download the app, and use promo code RACE. And new customers who bet as little as $5 get $150 in bonus bets instantly. If sports betting isn't legal in your state, don't worry, DraftKings got you with daily fantasy. So I'm going to repeat one more time. New customers who bet as little as $5 get $150 in bonus bets instantly. So go to DraftKings right now, download the app, and use promo code RACE. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Bro, you know what's crazy? They don't understand the luxury of that.
No, we got...
Because and I'm only 29, right? We didn't have that.
No.
Like I couldn't get access to a gym whenever I wanted.
No.
They don't understand how, bro, it pisses me off sometimes.
No, it pisses me off.
I'm over here getting hot thinking about it.
It pisses me off a lot.
Bro, I get hot because I'm like, bro, I swear, y'all talk so crazy, but if I had the same access as y'all had, y'all couldn't touch me.
No, man.
All that
what, man, to have all that? Like, think about this. I'm growing up with 2 NBA players in my family.
Yeah.
And I didn't have gym access like that. Like, I'm
first of all, that's sick.
Like, I didn't have that type of gym access. And I have 2 people in my family who are playing at the pinnacle of basketball. Mm-hmm. And I didn't have that type of gym access. Like, I just didn't have it. Like, there's no school that I went to that could have been like, well, yeah, your dad and uncle playing the NBA, so the cheerleading and the wrestling team can't practice today. We'll give it to you. Yeah. They still weren't. They was like, so?
Yeah.
We got practice.
Yeah.
Or gym is closed.
Mm-hmm.
Our gym, we have 3 courts in our building. Like, and even still, there are some guys, because not all of them get it yet.
Yeah.
There are some guys where we have to, like, push.
It's crazy.
Like, bro, you got to get some shots up.
Yeah.
Like, why is the gym empty? Why is it quiet? It's like, it's insane.
How is nobody in here?
Like,
how many people y'all got at OTE? How many kids? Yeah.
30.
30 kids.
We have 3 teams in Atlanta.
Okay.
We have 5 teams outside of Atlanta in different markets. So 2 in North Carolina.
And that's recent though.
Yeah, because we started with 3.
Y'all started with 3.
Year 1, we had 3 teams. They were all in-house.
Yeah.
Year 2, we went to 6. Last year and this year, years 3 and 4, we now have 8. And 2 teams in North Carolina, 1 team in Florida, 1 team in Arizona.
Got you.
And 1 team in New York. And then we have 3 teams in Atlanta. And those guys that's in Atlanta, like, for the most part, they are in there. But they could be so much better and be in there so much more. Mm-hmm. Like, and they don't understand, like, you guys think getting to where you want to get to is easy nowadays. Like, it's a lot of skilled dudes.
And it's harder now.
It is way harder now. What people don't
understand is a lot harder than it was.
Because they're recruiting from everywhere now.
Our best player in the world is not from here.
Well, the last 2 or 3 drafts.
Yeah.
They're not the top of the draft order. They were
not from here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's think about the top players in the league right now. We got Jokic, SGA. He ain't from here.
No.
We got Giannis. He not from here.
Wembanyama.
Shit, I forget about his tall ass. Oh my God. Hey, listen, it's getting very spooky.
Yeah.
And they better wake up.
Yeah.
But y'all are doing a great thing over there, OTE. Y'all keep doing the thing because that's a real opportunity over there where they need to understand if you want to make it, this is what you need. Yeah. You need the extra time. You need to put that work in. And that gym access ain't easy.
No, it's not.
Take advantage of that.
I mean, we have coaches, training staff readily available for all of our guys whenever they want to get in the gym. We have a shot chart that's visible to everyone that walks in our building to show you. It shows you every day how many shots guys are getting per month. And like, there's some guys.
Oh, eye in the sky don't lie then.
Nah, there's some guys who,
I gotta pull up. I ain't seen it yet.
You gotta come through.
I ain't been there.
There's some guys who routinely are at the bottom of that chart. Like that would kill me.
Yeah,
like,
can't happen.
But to our credit, I think we've done a great job over the course of the years to helping these guys understand. But then guys also that are coming into our program that are new, they're seeing where guys are who've left our program, who has done the right things and who hasn't.
Yeah.
It's like the answers, they have it, it's right in front of them.
The proof is in the pudding right
now.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's right in front of them. This is what happens when you do the right thing. This is what happens when you don't do what you're supposed to do.
Listen, the data don't lie. I know we get a lot off track before we get to your stuff again, but I need to ask you about these two freaks. I don't know what y'all did to these Thompson twins. They're different.
Yeah, I just...
You can't teach.
Like, first of all, don't let your next question be like, tell me about them, because I can't.
No.
Like, I have no real, like, words to describe the type of just, it's like you said, like, they're
special. You know why they're special, though? They know how to play the right way, and they're savvy. It's like a 10-year vet. They play the game so like how you talked about, it's so natural, but they play hard. You know what I'm saying? Like people don't understand that's a gift. You gotta have that. Savvy, because me and you both know there's a lot of NBA players that don't know what the hell they doing out there.
Oh my God.
They just play basketball, right? But they can think the game like the one in Houston's Admin, right? Amen, right? Oh my God. He need to get tested. They need to test him, like what he made from or what, because
it's crazy.
They're gifted, bro. Did you see it then?
In that first, when I saw it, it wasn't that first year that I saw it. It was, well, actually, I saw it in the first year. I saw the athleticism and the fast twitch.
That shit you can't teach.
I saw the hunger. All the things that you can't teach is what I saw.
Yes.
Then
the development.
Yeah, once I saw the development, and I was like, man,
they got a chance.
I don't know who about to stop them. Like, you talk about 2, 6, 7, like they play like. I mean, I've seen Amin and Asar both, like, after great games that they've had at OTE. I mean, like, amazing games.
Yeah.
Go sit in the locker room for like 2.5, 3 hours in their uniform still and watch the game again on their phone and talk about all the things that they could have done better. And meanwhile, I'm there like what more did you want to do? Like, what?
That's
honestly,
special.
Yeah, like, what more did you want?
That's
and like,
special.
and it bother them.
Yeah.
Like, it's been times where we had a pro day. I remember our last pro day with them, or the one before the last one with them. Amin was in the gym probably 6 hours before pro day started. He was shooting and working out, trying to get loose. And he was missing a couple shots. He kicked the ball in the stands, walked out the gym, and had to walk across the street to this area called Atlantic Station, where it's like food, shops, all that stuff. He was just walking, clearing his head, like, because he was pissed off that he missed 6 hours before the combine started. Like, he just out walking around like he was just distraught. I'm like, bro, this is it ain't even started yet.
Yeah.
Like,
he want to be great.
And I could not help but respect that. Like, I get it. I'm like, bro, I get it. I don't understand it. That wouldn't be me.
Yeah.
But I get it.
Yeah.
Like, and
everybody not the same. Everybody tick differently.
Yeah.
Like, if you need that, and that's why you can just tell you care. That's all people be looking for. Do you give a fuck?
He does. They do.
And they do.
They do.
And you can tell.
Those dudes are special, man. Like, man, Jesus.
They be finishing your other sentences and shit.
Yes. Yes. Like, yes.
You can tell.
Like, I've never met two people that obsessed.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I've met Kobe.
Yeah.
God rest his soul. I met him. I knew that about him, but I didn't spend days and time with him.
Yeah, for sure.
I've never met and spent time with two people that's that obsessed with the game of basketball and getting better. I've never encountered it.
They're going to be special. Like, if they had that at that young age, oh God.
Yeah,
it's spooky.
They different, bro.
It's going to be spooky for the league. It's going to be spooky. But I want to ask you this. McDonald's All American. How special is that? Got to be different for you. You had to get it.
Yeah.
Everybody else got it. I got to get mine too.
Gotta get me one. Gotta get me one.
Gotta get me one.
Gotta get me one, man. I remember finding out about it when I found out that I made the team. Like, I was just like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wow. Because it's such an honor.
Yeah.
As you know. And, we played the game in Ames, Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
That's
nasty.
Yeah, that's disgusting. It was freezing.
Yeah, shout out to Ames, Iowa. Y'all got a great basketball team right now, but that's nasty.
Yeah, but at the time, I didn't care.
No, for sure.
We could have.
We got the jersey. Yeah,
yeah.
We could play anywhere.
It was a really good class. It was a really good game. I had fun. Like that was everything to me, man. Mm-hmm. Making that team, I was so proud. For sure. To be a part
of
that.
Work paid off, especially in high school. That's when you feel like you reached the pinnacle.
Yeah.
And did what you needed to do.
Yeah, and then when you look around, right, and you see the guys in that locker room on the team. Mm-hmm. First of all, it's not a lot. Ain't a lot. It's 20 dudes. Mm-hmm. 24 Select dudes. Few. Yeah. 24, so you in the room with, and you're like, man, I remember looking in the locker room, like, we're the top 20, 24 dudes in the country.
Big time.
Like,
that's big time.
So that meant everything.
For sure. Then you make a decision. What went into the decision? Why'd you choose NC State?
My mom, where she lived in Washington, North Carolina, was 90 minutes from Raleigh.
Okay.
And throughout my high school basketball playing days, she never saw me play. Really? Not one game. Not one high school game did my mom see me play.
Damn.
Not one. Because I had moved in with my dad, so she wasn't traveling or anything like that. And I wanted her to see me play. That was the sole reason I went to NC State, and because they had just built a new arena. They had just built that new Coliseum.
Yeah.
That was the two main reasons that I went there, and I would say the third one would be Coach Sean Miller.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know if that was a fit or not. I wasn't sure if that was a fit or not, but I knew those three things were things that I enjoyed about it, I liked about it. So you could say, one could argue, or I could say, like, man, I might have picked that for the wrong reasons.
Mm-hmm. But at that time, how can you tell you? Yeah. How can you tell?
Yeah, hindsight 2020.
Exactly.
But I don't regret it
for sure. Because she was able to see you play.
She was able to see me play, and it turned out that it wasn't right for me. It wasn't a good situation, so I left and went to UGA.
And you got to sit out at that time.
Had to sit out of here. Yeah.
How was that?
That was rough because you practice.
You're just a practice player at that point.
And you can't play in the games and you can't travel. Mm-hmm. So I couldn't do any of those things. I remember Coach Harry, he was so dope about it because he always used to say in practice to guys, he'd be like, wait till Damien get here. Like, you guys keep playing. Wait till Damien get here. Like, you guys ain't going to be able to take these possessions off when I get that guy right there.
Gotta do it.
And like, he wasn't saying that to spite the guys. He was saying that to keep
you locked in,
engaged.
That's tough.
Like, that's keeping my confidence up, because he knew how tough that was for me to sit out.
And it's for somebody who works like you do. I can't even imagine you putting in all this work and you can't go show it.
Can't go show it. Like, I used to go to the rec center on campus just to play in intramurals. I was like the MVP of intramurals.
Well, I fucking hope you was.
Yeah. I was at intramurals, taking it serious.
Going crazy.
Diving on the floor. Taking charges, like arguing with the refs.
Yeah, don't call that shit. Yeah, for sure. Man.
Intramurals was my game.
Yeah, had to be. Yeah. So when you get back, you're reinstated, you're able to play. Mm-hmm. What was the breakout game for you at Georgia?
When we beat Georgia Tech.
Ooh.
They were number 3 in the country. Jared Jack, shout out to Jared Jack, that's my guy. And they came into the building, number 3 in the country, riding this like 12-game win streak. And
was the coach that recruited you still there?
No.
No, he left.
No, he
had already gone.
Yeah, Coach Eric was gone.
Oh, damn.
Because, like, he got fired, because of that scandal.
Yeah.
But he wasn't even there. But that was the best moment for me. Like, when I was there, beating Georgia Tech, because the Georgia Tech rivalry, I had just kind of learned about it.
Yep.
So to beat them, I'm like, oh, I can't be a part of the wrong side of history.
Exactly.
Like, this is it.
Exactly.
I gotta win this game.
Gotta win this one because I'm going after this.
Yeah, I'm going, so I gotta win this. So that was probably the best moment for me. And graduating.
Yeah.
And that wasn't even the plan, honestly. Like, it's just I had to be in college. So I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and get this because I ain't coming back.
Yep. We're not gonna come back again.
I ain't coming back to school.
Nah, for sure. I mean, I think would you say you not being able to play was probably the toughest thing in college for you, or the transfer from NC State to Georgia?
The toughest thing that happened to me in college actually wasn't that. The toughest thing was, I would say, I'm at UGA. This is the year that I actually got to play.
Okay.
And I'm walking up to the building at the practice. I mean, not after practice, before practice started. I'm leaving our dorm, I'm walking to practice, and I see all these cameras, police cars, cameras, ESPN, van, everything parked outside our gym. And I'm like, man, people really excited about Georgia basketball. Like, we're about to head to the SEC tournament the next day.
Yeah.
Walk in the building, everybody quiet and sad. I'm like, what is going on? So I'm walking Coach Better's office, and he's just sitting in his chair with his head down. I'm like, Coach, what's going on? He's like, you ain't heard? I said, no. He said, we gonna get suspended, and I'm probably gonna get fired. And I was like, why? And he broke down the whole story, how he helped out, him and some of our boosters helped out Tony Cole, the guy that, was on our team. He was a teammate of mine, Tony Cole. Coach Herrick used to take care of him. Help him out, like coaches used to do.
Yeah.
And told Tony Cole that if he misses class that week, he can't go to the SEC tournament with us. He's going to be in trouble. He told the whole team that.
Yep.
Tony Cole missed class. He told Tony he can't go to the SEC tournament. He's going to be suspended for that. Tony Cole went to ESPN and sent them all the receipts that Coach Herrick helped him with. Helped him buy a TV, had a receipt of a TV. He gave him his transcript. He gave ESPN the transcript of his class that he took, that he wasn't in class, that he was still getting graded in. Like, he gave them everything.
What?
Yep. And that's how we got on probation. That's how Coach Herrick got fired, and that's how they kicked us out. We couldn't even finish that season. We were like, I think 11th in the country, and we were riding like a 9-10 game win streak going into the SEC tournament. Day before that practice, Coach Herrick told us, if we keep playing like this, his words, you guys keep playing this way, we're going to see Syracuse in the national championship game, and we're going to win because they're not going to be able to play that bullshit zone against us. Those are his words. And Syracuse ended up winning the championship that year with Melo and them.
I don't know, Tony Cole.
That was the toughest thing.
I would have had to smack him upside the damn head.
That was the toughest thing that ever happened that probably happened to me in college. Like that, because that took so much away from, that's when Jarvis Hayes, he just went ahead and put his name in the draft.
Yep.
He left because he was like, I can't come back to this.
Yeah.
But I needed more. I needed to show more. I needed that tournament.
You needed, first of all, and listen, you like to win. If you got a chance to get to your coach just told you that y'all have a chance to win a national championship, and then that happens.
Yeah. We were one of the hottest teams in the country at that time going into it. That was probably arguably Georgia's best team.
Yeah. For sure.
We were.
I can't remember last time Georgia was that good.
Yeah, seriously, we were on fire. And it was just, I'm walking up to the building. Like I said,
Did y'all see him again?
Nah, I've never seen him. I haven't seen him since. I still think people in Athens looking for him. To this day, people probably looking for him.
Rightfully so.
But what the crazy thing about it is, my initial thought walking up to the building, I'm like, man, everybody hype about it.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, Georgia back.
Georgia,
right now. Right now, 10 years ago.
10 years ago, he was there.
See?
Because he did the same thing, he ratted on someone else.
Tiger don't change his stripes.
That's crazy, bro.
Like, but the crazy thing is, like, my thoughts, you got to understand, walking up to that building.
And you had no idea.
I had no idea that it was this. Like, I woke up from a nap. I'm on my way to practice.
We getting ready for the tournament.
I'm like, man, everybody excited. We about to win this for real. I've never seen ESPN on campus.
Police cars?
Police cars and everything. Yeah, there's police cars there. Because, like, it was, a lot of stuff was going on illegal.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of legal shit going on.
Yeah.
Even
though I don't blame Coach Herrick because Coach Herrick was just taking care of his players.
Yeah. Was he a big key to y'all's team?
Tony?
Yeah.
Not really. He was a third point guard on our team. Rashad Wright was the first point guard. I was the second point guard, and I was still starting.
Man, damn.
And he was the third point guard. Like, and went and basically just ratted him out because he got mad at Coach Herrick, made an emotional decision, ratted out Coach Herrick. I don't even think, to be honest with you, bro, I don't even think, and I hate to defend him in this way, but I actually don't even think he realized
what he did,
what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
I think he thought he was only going to get Coach Herrick in trouble. I don't even think he realized
the whole team gets suspended.
The whole team, like all of that was going to happen.
And then, do you get paid for that shit?
No.
He just wanted to get him fired.
Went and just got mad, threw a tantrum, and sent ESPN, like on TV. They had it on TV. They had the receipts for a TV, a bed, all this stuff. After that, I was like, Coach Herrick, the fuck? Like, I didn't get a TV.
Yeah, we didn't get none of this.
Like, damn, I ain't get a TV. I mean, yeah, you looked up, but I ain't get a TV.
Yeah.
Like,
That's crazy.
I had to buy my own TV.
That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. That's
but
crazy.
That was the toughest thing I had to endure in college, bro.
That's tough. That's tough right there.
What up, everybody? Welcome to another segment of Theo's Picks. And as you guys know, we are sponsored by DraftKings. Y'all go download the app and use promo code RACE. Now let's get to the picks. All right, first game, March 7th, Friday. I'm gonna just put a nasty game in here just to see if y'all gonna stay tuned. Utah versus Toronto in Toronto. Oh my God. That's disgusting. I'm going to Toronto. I think Toronto going to win that game. Nasty bump. Then we got Memphis versus Dallas in Dallas. Good bump. Good bump. I'm going to go Dallas, man. I'm a Dallas guy, so I think Dallas going to win that game. Then we got Phoenix versus Denver in Denver. I got Denver. Denver's rolling. Denver's playing some really good basketball right now, so I like Denver a lot. Then we got New York versus LA in LA. I got LA. LA's getting healthy. They playing good basketball. Let's go to Saturday. Saturday, March 8th. We got Indy versus Atlanta in Atlanta. Man, that'll be a tough one. I'm going to go Atlanta. Atlanta's they just hang around. They beat teams they're not supposed to beat. So I'm going to have Atlanta winning that one. Then we have Orlando versus Milwaukee in Milwaukee. That's some good bump. I'm going to have Milwaukee winning that one, though. I think Milwaukee's finding their stride, doing their thing a little bit more. Then we got LA versus Boston in Boston. Rivalry game. Everyone's going to be tuned in for that one. I'm going to say Boston wins that one. I think Boston come out and win that one. They'll be juiced up, guard and be jumping. Then we got Detroit versus Golden State in Golden State. Hey, listen, I'm a Golden State believer right now. They're playing some good basketball, so I think Golden State will come out and win that game. But as you guys know, that's another segment of Theo's Picks. Y'all go to DraftKings right now, download the app, and use promo code RACE. Now let's get to the episode.
It's league time now. Time to go. How many workouts you do?
Like 8.
You only did 8 workouts?
Like 8, 9 workouts, yeah.
Bro, I did like 15, bro. 15 workouts.
I did like 8 or 9 workouts.
Best workout?
My best workout was 2 nights before the draft. I worked out for the Lakers.
Really?
That was my best one.
Worst one?
Miami. And it wasn't because it was bad.
Like a consensus, the conditioning shit.
It was because I was like, yo, I don't want to be here. Like, I don't want to. No, I'm good. I'm going home, bro. Like, I'm not doing all this. I stayed in Miami for like a week.
Yeah.
During the pre-draft workout, I was there for like 4 days, bro. Like a whole week. Like, they were killing me. I was like, bro, I don't want to play for y'all this bad.
Yeah, because y'all do the most.
Like, bro, I'm running, like, everything was conditioning. Everything was conditioning. I'm like, I think you guys work out like, you want to see who quits.
Yeah. Well, I quit.
Yeah, I'm like, I
want to see who quit.
Yeah,
I quit.
I'll
go.
Like, I'll focus on the other 29 teams. I don't have to play here.
No cap. No cap. So you're undrafted.
Yep.
What was that for you? How did you handle that situation?
It was tough. Like, I was actually in New York at the draft, bought a suit and everything. Like, I'm in the auditorium.
Damn.
Yeah. In the auditorium at the draft, and I'm waiting for my name to get called, and it just didn't. I got up.
Where'd you think you was going to go?
I thought I was going to Miami.
Oh, shit. You did?
Yeah. Thought I was going to Miami. The two places I thought I was going to go was Miami and Atlanta. Atlanta had 6 picks.
Damn.
They had 6 total picks during that draft, and I thought I was like, Atlanta definitely going to, like, that just makes sense.
Yeah,
like,
for sure. You seen me.
Neek.
Yep.
Neek, like, that makes sense. And then Miami, I was like, I'm gonna go to Miami. My agent had actually told me, like, yo, I think Miami gonna take you at 19. I remember the pick they had. All these picks go by, we get to 18, and I start doing this.
Yep.
Get to 19, they took Darrell Wright.
Damn.
Took D Wright.
And then after that, so how the draft, I mean, you kind of know.
And then the Pacers took my teammate from Georgia with the last pick in the draft. Rashad, right.
But you knew before that you weren't going nowhere.
I knew.
When did you figure out, like, okay, I'm going to probably be undrafted?
I didn't realize that until the last pick.
Really?
Like, I'm sitting there like my agent was texting me and calling me. He was just like, bro, I don't think it's going to happen. Like, but we going to be fine. I'm like, bro, it's 36 more picks.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't 36 more guys better than me now. Like, come on. I'm like, nah, I don't believe that. I feel like somebody going to call my name.
Somebody.
No one did. I got up when it left. I left, started walking down the street by Madison Square Garden, went back to the hotel. My dad, my mom, my uncle, like, everybody was there. My mom was just distraught. Like, my mom was probably more hurt than I was. Yeah. Because she knew how bad I wanted it.
You wanted it. Yep.
But then at the same time, like, my dad looked at me, he was like, you ready to get back in the gym? That's all he said. He didn't say, it's going to be all right, or you good. He was like, you ready to get back in the gym? It's like, yeah. We flew out the next day. We got right in the gym. As soon as I landed, we went to the gym. Like, no exaggeration. I ain't take no bags home, nothing. I landed. We got a car. We went to the gym. I took my suitcase inside LA Fitness where I was working out at.
Yep.
Opened it up, put my workout clothes on, and me and my dad got to it. 2 weeks later, Nate McMillan called me. And he was like, got an opportunity for you if you want it. Ain't no guarantee. We got 1 spot. And we got 2 spots, and we got 8 dudes that we invited.
Oh, shit.
I was like, man.
And that was the only option you had?
That was the only option.
Oh, yeah, it's time to go get it then.
I had to take it.
Time to go get it.
Got there, and I just went crazy. Like, and me and Mateen Cleaves got the 2 spots.
And that's all you needed. All you needed was a shot.
That's it. Just needed a shot. I just needed a shot. And then the end of that, my rookie year, I ended up starting in the playoffs.
Damn. And this is Supersonics, right?
Yeah.
Went to the Supersonics. Well, damn, I know you never been there at this
Heck
point.
no, I ain't. Nothing about Seattle. But like, I can't go all the way out to Seattle and get cut.
Exactly.
Like,
I'm not going all the way to Seattle
like,
and get
that's
cut.
a long flight back.
For sure.
You know? So
you play with young Ray.
Play with Ray. Ray took me on his wing. Rashard Lewis took me on his wing. Reggie Evans, like, my dogs. Like, those were my guys.
Yeah.
And Ray, like, my first day, going back to being a role player, right?
Yeah.
My first day in there, like, I'm going at Ray.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I have to. Like, this is how I get, like, and Nate McMillan, after that practice, called me over to him and was like, hey, man, like, I don't need you to do that.
Yeah.
I got him for that. I got Rashard for that. I got Flip Murray for that.
Yeah.
I, all these other guys he named, Antonio Daniels. I got them to do that. He said, but you know what they don't do? I was like, what? He said, they don't play no defense. He was like, so you can be what you were today in practice, but you can't play here. Or you can do the things that they don't do, and you can play here.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, well, shit. Why you ain't say that?
Tell me that before I got out here to Seattle.
Yeah, man.
I wouldn't have did what I wouldn't have did that.
Crazy. Yeah, like, why you ain't say that?
Mm-hmm.
So I was known early on in my career as like a primary defender.
Yeah.
And what ended up happening was, because no one else was doing that and that was my role, I ended up getting on the floor probably more so than I would have
if you did the other stuff.
Yeah. And like, you know how it is. You're playing with good players, like you're going to get shots.
Mm-hmm.
Because ain't nobody going to let Ray and Rashad beat you.
Mm-hmm. You're going to be open.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up just playing great. Like I ended up playing well around those guys because I just accepted that role.
Yeah.
So it goes back to the point we were speaking of earlier, of like guys accepting that role and not being so prideful.
Yeah.
Like I had to accept that role. I ain't having any other options.
And that's where you see guys who really pan out in roles now when they don't have an option. Because there's like, okay, I have no room for error here.
What's the alternative?
There is none.
There is none.
So, and that's why we can have that conversation now, because it's like, even if you do have the alternative, find out what they want and what they need, so you can
go right and you do that, provide
it, and then get paid. And then once you get paid, then
you can start expanding.
You can start expanding a little bit. How many times? I gotta ask you this. You are involved with a lot of kids and understand you got a lot of kids that come through. How many times do you have that damn conversation?
I probably have it 3 times a day.
It gotta be.
I probably have that conversation 3 times a day with somebody. Like I called a kid one time. This was about 3 months ago. Kid in our building right now. I was like, yeah, you're gonna be a great 3-and-D guy. He's like, I ain't gonna be that.
Oh hell.
I was like, what's wrong with that?
Oh hell.
Like, I was like, what's wrong with that? He was like, I don't want to just do that. I'm like,
you gonna just do that?
Like, bro, like it's okay. Well, if you're not gonna be that, then tell me what else. I can do more than that, but like, that's not what the data suggests.
Yeah.
You know, like I have to be that honest with our guys, and I don't even blame them that they don't realize that yet, because no one's ever been honest with them.
Mm-hmm.
No one's ever told them that, or they think they're getting honest information because they're getting it from people who want to tell them what they want to hear because they want something from them. You can't do anything for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want anything from you. Like I just want you to be the best version of yourself on and off the court.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way you're going to do that is if you listen to honesty. Like you can't operate, in lies and deceptions, because these guys listen, they hear that.
Yeah.
They actually listen more, this generation, to stuff that they know that's not true about them than the things that they know that they should be hearing. Like if I tell a guy right now, there's guys in our building right now, I can tell them, hey bro, you can be the next, Kevin Durant. They'll be like, you right.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
You
shit.
Right. And I'll be like,
but
in my head, I'll be like,
chew gum at the same time.
In my head, I'm like, man, this dude right here, bro. I can't believe he believed that.
And the crazy part is, like, if you walk to somebody, be like, you can be Lou Dort. They'll be like, what, bro?
I'm better than him right now.
I'll be like, okay, go play Lou Dort one-on-one, and you tell me how that goes.
Right. So it's like,
because Lou Dort can go.
And people
don't.
Go. The man he playing his role.
He playing and about to get a bag.
Just got one and go get another one.
And go get another. Yeah. He will play until he's ready to be done.
Yeah.
That's what people don't understand. Like, we talk about it. I know you had this conversation. The league is not about when you get there. You can get there if you're talented enough. Your talent will probably get you there. How long can you stay there?
I tell our guys all the time, it's one thing getting to the top, it's another thing staying. Those are 2 different things.
Boy.
It's 2 different things. And like, I don't fully blame a 16 or 17-year-old kid for it, because they'll hear me for 2 years, 3 years. They've heard from bad advisors and uncertified agents and all these people. Yep. They've heard from them for 16, 17 years, 18 years. This is the voices that they've heard.
Yep.
it's hard to turn off those voices.
Definitely.
And then listen to new ones that's telling you something totally different.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So there's an honesty that comes with what I have to do. And sometimes those conversations aren't easy.
Yeah.
Because you can see like a dejection. And it's like, wow, you really believe that like you were Kevin Durant. And they like, yeah, because my homeboys been and my people been telling me that. And it's like, wow.
Yeah. What do they see? What's are you gonna listen to somebody who I seen played?
I've done it.
You seen young KD.
I've done it.
You seen this.
Yeah. Like
my thing and I'm glad this has been one of the best pods I have had, because I'm glad we have you, because you just talked about being an undrafted. You're in the green, you're at the draft.
Yeah.
You don't get drafted. You get told there's 8 guys for 2 spots. You got to claw your way to get into those 2 spots. And then you're starting in the playoffs that same year. How do you not listen to somebody who does that? That because I'm telling you, I got there the hardest way you damn near possibly can, and I'm starting in the playoffs. I know what it takes, bro. I've seen this. Your coach, Nate, told you, I don't need you to be this, but I need you to be this. And then you end up starting.
Yeah.
That's like,
yeah. It's hard.
What more do you need to know?
Because it's hard for guys to be less than what they think they are. It's hard. And then they think of it as them being less than.
Or you trying to be a hater, or
right? Like they're like, well, I can do all these other things. I do all this in the summer and da da da. But yeah, but the summer don't pay you. Summer don't pay you.
Yeah.
Like, so you can be a summertime Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
The summer don't pay you, and you didn't work your way to this to be a summertime All-Star.
Mm-hmm.
You worked your way to this to be. You said you want to be an NBA player. It's the most honest, professional sports, the most honest business. They're going to be honest with you. Even when they're lying to you, they're honest with you. They might tell you, yeah, we're going to keep you forever. You our guy, you our guy, you our guy, i.e. Luka. They trade him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was an honest moment.
It was honest.
They were honest. They were like, you know what? You can't get us there. We feel like you can't get us there.
Yeah.
Right, wrong, indifferent. I don't have to agree with it. You don't have to agree with it.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. They felt like
mm-hmm.
the best thing for them was to move on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're going to be honest with you. Nate McMillan didn't have to tell me that. I appreciate Nate telling me that, because he could have just been like, I ain't even going to say nothing. I'm going to let this fool go out here and keep.
And this is what people don't know. When you in the league, bro, they don't say shit to you.
Yeah. They barely talk to you.
They barely talk. Bro, there's so many people.
If you ain't top 1, 2, or 3 guy.
Boy.
Like, I used to work out my rookie year with the video coordinator. This dude named Walt Rock.
Mm-hmm.
He was an old white dude.
Yeah.
We used to play one-on-one before every game. That was my workout. Like, coaches wouldn't work out with me. Because they were like, bro, we got to get these rotation
them ready.
dudes.
Yeah.
Like, I used to come to the gym 3.5 hours before every game and work out with this old white guy named Walt Rock. He was just in good shape, but he was awful at basketball.
I just need you to get these buckets.
Yeah, like he was in great shape because he always used to work out so much. And we would just play one-on-one. If I score, we would play one-on-one basically, and like I always had the ball. If I score, it's my point. If he get a stop, it's his point.
Yeah.
And we used to play different, like 8, 9 spots on the court.
Yeah.
That was my pregame workout. That was my preparation.
It's a grind, bro. So you was with Supersonics how long? How many years?
For 4 years.
4 years. And you saw young KD?
Yeah, KD, Jeff Green. Like, those are my rookies.
You
like,
knew it was,
Russell Westbrook, those are my rookies.
You knew they were special as soon as they walked in the door.
KD, man, like, this dude. I don't know why Portland didn't take him, bro. I just, to this day, I should not have been teammates with Kevin Durant. I really believe that. I thought, and there's nothing against Greg Oden, but like, it's hard to find a 7-foot 2-guard.
Sniper.
Like I can get a big.
Yeah, yeah.
A 7-foot 2-guard?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why Portland made that decision to not take him. Like,
and they had them two on Russell and KD on the same team.
Yeah, man. I mean, practices were like, bruh, We had Russ, Jeff Green, KD. Like, our practices not only used to be fun and our environment used to be fun, but like they were competitive. When you see 3 guys who honestly like just want to get better and improve themselves, like Russ had a different mentality.
He different.
Yeah. KD was just insanely good.
Yes.
And also a hard worker who loved basketball. Russ was psychotic.
Something wrong with him.
Yeah, like he had a loose screw.
Yeah.
I've never seen a guy that can like come into practice and like no stretching and just be full speed. I'm like, bro, I tore my hamstring looking at you, bro. like this dude.
I can't, like, he plays so hard now. I can't imagine then.
Yeah, he was younger then. So he was like, also like, I don't want to say dumb, but he was just, it was just a young ignorance. Like, it was just,
he's just out there playing,
yeah,
bro.
he was just like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to play hard.
And I'm going to go fast as hell the whole time.
Like just 150 miles per hour, bro. This like in shoot around. Like, bro used to be going hard and shoot around, like trying to like score. Like, like bro, it's shoot around.
Slow it
bro.
down, my boy.
We don't need it at 11. Yeah. We need it at 7. Like, we don't need it at 11 a.m., bro. We need it at 7.
So you did Supersonics for 4, and then after that was?
We moved to OKC.
Yeah, OKC. And then what was after that?
After OKC, I went to Minnesota, Detroit, Atlanta, Philly, Philly, Indiana.
So,
and in between the Philly and Indiana, I played in Beijing, G League. No, Beijing, and then G League after Indiana, before and after Indiana.
Okay, got you. You went to China, right? What made you keep going?
I wanted to finish on my terms.
Okay.
I didn't want to give up on what I felt like people were giving up on. I wanted to show them that, like, no, I can really do this.
Yeah.
Like, and I can help a team. Like, not because I want to go in and score a lot of points and beat a man, but more or less,
you're valuable to a team.
I'm valuable to an organization. More importantly, a locker room.
Exactly.
So I just kind of wanted to go out on my own terms. And honestly, I felt like I was getting better from those experiences. I was playing great basketball in China. Like, so I was like, I want to show them that, like, I've actually gotten better.
Exactly.
So, like, let me show you guys a different version of myself. So I just kept pursuing it and went to the G League and, you know, played for Iowa Energy and then left there, played for Greensboro Swarm. And while I was down there, I got, you know, an opportunity with the Hornets, and that didn't work out. But when Michael Gilchrist went down, and that didn't work out. And then Summer League of 2016, I'm doing this MBPA leadership development program. I walk in the gym because a part of that program is a scouting component.
Okay.
They teach you how to scout. So we walk in the gym, whole group walk in the gym. I walk past Nate McMillan and Kevin Pritchett, the president of the Pacers.
Yep.
Nate was the coach. He looked at me, he was like, "You in shape, huh?" It's like, I mean, yeah. Like, I'm not gonna say no.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Man, we're actually looking for a veteran, you know, just to come in our locker room and help our guys out." And he's like, "You know, we got Lance Stevenson. And, you know, we need, you know, some locker room presence."
Yeah.
And he said it again. He was like, "You know, we got Lance."
Yeah. You hear me? Born ready.
Yeah, like, we got Lance. I was like, "Oh, okay, that's what's up." Like, you know, well, shoot, you got my number.
Yeah, you know where to find me.
Yeah, but you know that conversation don't have legs to us. Because I'm like, call me first. Like, talk to me. Like, even, and how many people that we go to Summer League and say, "Yeah, I'm gonna hit you."
Yeah.
You know, but like, so it's just like, okay, I walked away from that conversation not thinking nothing. The next day, I flew back to Atlanta. Get to Atlanta, Chad Buchanan, the GM, called me. He's like, "I heard you ran into Nate, you know, and like, you know, what do you think about playing for the Pacers?"
Oh, duh.
I was like, "Yeah, like, when you want me to be there?"
Yeah.
I mean, I just landed, but I can go back to the airport.
Yeah.
He was like, "All right, I'll call your agent and We'll get something done. Agent called me. Yeah, we just got to deal with the pay.
We just got to
I said, no. We didn't do nothing. I said, that was not a we thing. I was like, I know where that deal came from, but I'm ready to go.
For sure.
Like, I am ready to go. So that's how I got my last year playing. Tough, like, bro. That was, and I tell guys all the time, even, you probably wanted to get into this, but from a transitional standpoint, don't burn bridges, man.
The value of being a good person. Value of not burning bridges, the value of just going to work and not being a distraction to an organization. Yeah. How far does that go? And that's how we're going to transition this thing, because ultimately, and I think, like I said, that's just who I've been my whole life. Like, naturally just respect everybody and everything. And that's how I'm able to be.
You have a highlight, bro, of like being a good teammate. Yeah. You like the mascot of that.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like, I mean this like with all due love and respect. Like, I appreciate seeing guys like me who, like, you had to fight for minutes and opportunities, and like you over there like having a great time. Like, that started. I didn't see that before I saw you do it.
No, for sure.
Like, just
for sure
on the bench having a great time with the guys, supporting your teammates, always like the energy guy that's over there, and like that's dope, because
for sure
I don't think a lot of young guys even today would do that. They'll be upset.
And the crazy part is like I did it, but it's more of like I'm still helping. Like, I'm yelling coverages, I'm doing talking this, talking that. Where it's like, that's why none of the coaches said anything to me, because what I was saying was productive. And my thing is, and you know this, you can sit over there, that shit's boring.
It really is.
That shit's boring as hell. So if I'm not doing it, I will sit over there and I'll damn near fall asleep. Like, so I'll rather be up and active and trying to provide value to the team.
It goes so far.
It
goes so far.
Just sitting there, you know what I'm saying, and just pouting the whole damn time.
I always took pride in that. I always took pride in never pointing fingers. When things didn't work out my way, I wouldn't, blame the organization or the coach or the GM or whoever's running the thing. I was like, what can I do better?
Yeah.
And quite frankly, like, just to further answer your question, like, I never thought that I would be here.
Yeah.
Like, I never thought that I'd be, a part of the leadership of Overtime Elite. I never thought that I would be a person that left the league and then immediately went to, I stopped playing in 2017, in April of 2017. In May of 2017, I was working for the Players Association.
Crazy.
Like, I left there 2-3 years later and came straight to OTE. Like, those things happen because of relationships.
Yeah.
I gained the knowledge once I was in it.
Yeah.
Like, I learned from people that I worked with. Purvis Short was my boss at the Players Association. I learned so much from him, and LaPersha and Roy Henson. Like, they taught me how to care for players.
Yeah.
The right way.
Yep.
And then I leave there and I go to OTE, and I learn from people like our CEO, Dan Porter. I learned the business side of, like, the game more so than I learned it playing in the NBA a little bit. Yeah. I knew a lot of it already, but there's a business component to audience development, and also being able to focus on player development and putting the right people on the court and building things out. Like, I learned from him. I learned from Whitney Bell. I learned from Anna Karifa Johnson, people who work with us. I learned now from our athletic director, Tesh, our president, Farzine. Like, those are people that I have had difficult conversations with.
1000%.
But I've learned so much from them. So because I've learned from them, like, in the way that I have, I've always taken that approach in everything that I've done. Like, what can I learn? Who do I need to be around? What rooms do I need to be in? And I was never afraid to go in those rooms and say, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. But I know I can find it out amongst the people that I'm with.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, I feel like where I am where I am today, and who knows what tomorrow's gonna bring, right? Like, you just keep doing the work. You bloom where you plant it, and just be where your feet are.
Yeah.
And who knows? Like, did you see yourself sitting here in your chair like 10 years ago?
Nope.
Like, no, you were like, I'm about to be a hooper.
Yeah.
Like, But you use those things and lessons you learn and the personality that you have, and now here you are with one of the most popular sports, I would say sports podcasts.
Yeah.
You know, that's out right now. And it's really dope to see, bro.
Before we get out, I want one more question. When did you, because we talked about that, when did you start that process of not looking for the next thing, but like working towards that next step?
I think those lessons were taught to me from the Players Association.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm a union guy. Mm-hmm. You know how everyone, you know, people in the PA and that come up through it.
Yeah.
During your career, you become a union guy. Like,
yeah.
I am a NBPA union guy.
Mm-hmm.
I went to every program when I was doing my playing days. I went to all of those things. I went to, you know, the leadership development program, from going to it as an attendee to running it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I went to all the networking events, the summer meetings, the Bahama meetings, the Vegas meetings. I went to all of those things. Like anything that they brought to the table, I went to. When I was on different teams in the NBA, and you've probably experienced this before too as a player, when the director of player development and marketing come in the locker room and say, hey, we got an opportunity at Best Buy. You guys want to go sign some autographs at Best Buy? They'll pay you $2,500. Like that whole spiel. Like guys be like, man, I ain't going over there. I'm like, I'll go.
Every time.
I'll go. Like I might come home with a VCR, a DVD player.
Yeah.
But I met someone there.
Exactly.
The season ticket holder of the events. Like they be like, hey, we got the season ticket holder event tonight. Anybody want to go?
Time out of your day to come do this.
What else I'm gonna do? I'm
what
like,
I'm going home to do?
Yeah, I'm just sitting at home anyway watching TV. Like I may as well go out and be social and see what happens. Like I went to all of those things. Like I went to the season ticket holder of the events. I went to the kickoff functions that we would have in different respective teams. Like I went to those things because to me it was an opportunity to meet someone that might help me down the road. Now, do I know if I met anyone that helped me down the road? Probably. Like, have I ran into them and they told me how they helped me? No. But what I tried to do is make someone in that room feel like they can say my name to somebody and feel good about saying my name to somebody. So, so I don't know if the person is, I haven't met the person, but I'm sure it's people from those rooms who have said my name in a room that benefited me.
And everybody in the room respected.
To help me get where I am today.
1,000%. 1,000%. Hey, listen, one of the best pods we had.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you coming on. It's been dope. And y'all know, listen, we getting bigger and better. I can't tell y'all that shit every week. We get bigger and better. We got Damien Wilkins on here. Appreciate it, my brother.
Thank you for having me.
We done. Peace.